Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of TJ's Chainsaw Restoration. Well, the Big Mac fresh from McDonald's is here, and she's a hard one. The meat's a little bit hard on this thing, and it's a little old and grimy, but I think it'll do. Price was right, and it's a Big Mac, that's for sure. That's a real American Big Mac. So, anyway, this is a Mcculloch 180, and no, that's not one horse 80 pounds. Technically, that's what a home light would be, and I've never seen a one horse 80 pound home light anyway. So, but this is a Mcculloch 180 gear drive, so it's got a gearbox, and right here. So, and it is just a big honking saw. Let me tell you, this thing is it's huge. It's smaller than the 770 GS up there, but it's probably just as heavy. I mean, you get a bar and chain on this sucker, it's gonna be a heavy beast. The one thing you might notice though is its left-hand start. So we'll go on the other side here. The starter is on the left-hand side, which is cool, and it's got the original, as far as I believe, the original rope in it. Oiler cap is right here, and let's show you some other features this big thing's got. So your oiler lever is right here, as you can see, and then your choke is right here. So it's kind of interesting how this works. Stop switch is in the center here. Instead of being so far away, let me grab a towel here, set this on my toolbox, and we'll get this up a little closer for you. Alright, let's start this over. Gearbox is right here. Got a top load on the oiler. I'm not exactly sure how large the gearing is on this or how it actually even works. But the gear is going to be clear back here, so I'm pretty sure it's a fair size gear. Again, left-handed starter versus your typical right hand. And the funny thing about this, so like I said, your oiler button's right here, and your choke lever is right here. Center switch, off is up, on is down. Now the funny thing is, trying to hold the choke and start this thing at the same time kind of presented a little challenge for me. I'm not a Mcculloch nut by any means. I'm a home light fanatic, and all the older home lights I've worked on either had a pull button on the choke or a lever on the tilts and carb. Like I said, this, however, has a choke that has nothing to hold it. You just push it and pull on the starter rope. And what I had to do was put this on the ground, put my knee on it, use my right hand to hold the choke, and pull start it with my left hand. So I don't know if there's any of you Mcculloch guys out there that know the proper starting technique on this thing. Please chime in, because it kind of presented a challenge. That's really it for the features it has. Besides a really large air filter, a Tillotson HL carburetor, which is awesome because I've got 3 kits, so I'll be able to kit this thing and tune it up. It's currently set up with, I believe, a 1/2-inch chain sprocket, and I have a bar. We'll get that out for you guys. I didn't buy this bar. This bar was given to me. It's a 36-inch. It's pretty rusty, but it's a 36-inch hard nose bar. This would definitely be more original, or I have this 42-inch organ bar that I bought, and it's 404, and that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm waiting on a 404 conversion sprocket for this thing to show up so I can just convert it to 404 chain. These were, I don't know what years they were made, I haven't looked that up yet, but I believe these were 87cc, so they had pretty decent power. One thing about this saw too is it has a removable head. I don't know if it's got a cart engine in it. Certain models of these, I believe, had cart engines, but this has a removable head and it can be bored. One of my subscribers, I believe it was a subscriber, it was either a guy on Facebook or a subscriber of mine, you know who you are, mentioned to me about doing an overbore, that these have an overbore kit. Oh no, it was a guy on a forum, as a matter of fact. But you can get oversized pistons for them, and because they have a sleeve in the cylinder, and you could actually bore them out, which is pretty cool because you can't really do that to a lot of saws. You could port them, polish the ports, open them up a little bit, and see the benefits from it. So, and it being a gear drive, I mean, this thing could pull if you wanted. I think the longest guide bar supplied for this thing at the time was a 36-inch bar. But I've seen a few of them on the YouTube with 42s, 46s. So, and they pulled them just fine. It was a lot of times they would keep the guide bar. You know, they never did supply a guide bar that the saw could. That would really put the saw under a strain, because the gear drive saw is just, your torque is multiplied because of the gear drive. It's just like the 770, the 2-speed 770 home light. Those only were supplied with like a 36-inch bar was the longest bar supplied, but I've got a 42 on it, and I've seen guys with long bars on those, and those things pulled just fine. So she does run. I do have a little bit of fuel in it. I don't know if it's going to run right now, but we can see. It needs to be tuned. It's running way too lean. But let's see if it'll fire up for us here. Nope, it's not going to. Hard to do this because it's got 170 pounds of compression. Have it. So she does run, and actually runs pretty good. It's the low end is set a little bit too lean, so that's why it's not running too well. And I think it's been sitting for a while. I think the guy bought it from just initially put fuel in it, ran it. Probably, you know, the neat thing about these old carburetors was they were really the size of the jets and the size of the little tiny holes in the carbs were a lot bigger than the newer ones. So even though fuel might have varnished in it, if you could get fresh fuel up there, a lot of that varnish would break loose and it would just flow right through. Now, it ain't going to run right, you know, it's not going to run like a nicely tuned up saw with a rebuilt carb, but a lot of times you could tune out of it and actually have a saw that would run fairly decent, unless the diaphragms and the fuel pump gaskets were all crackly and hardened and stretched out. But this one actually is running pretty darn good. So I don't know the history on it. Like I said, I bought this off of eBay, so I really don't know any history on it, but judging by shape, and I mean, it's taken a few hits. The handlebar is a little bent. I'm going to maybe see about straightening this or getting another one, as these seem to be a fairly common saw. You know, it's been used for sure, but it's in good shape, and it just needs some minor things like a tune-up. I think a minor tune-up with fuel filter and a spark plug, maybe fuel lines and a carb kit, a new grommet for the fuel cap, and I think this whole girl's going to be good to go. I mean, it's in awesome shape, and I'm pretty happy with this. I think I got a good deal on it. So, hey guys, let me know what you think. Toolbox came up here. Come on. You know, I just love it when that happens. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Original bar or long bar? I'm probably going to put the original bar, well, it's okay, not original bar, but original period correct bar. Let's just put it that way, because that bar actually came off of a home light, but it's got the same mount as the Mcculloch does. So one's 36, one's 42. I'm looking at a couple 50 to 60 inch roller nose bars on eBay. So I may fit this thing with one of those. I might get a 404 chain cut for this for now. For the 36 is what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to sand it down, make it look decent, and then put a 404 chain on it. And then if I get one of those really long roller noses, I'm either going to put that on the 2100 home light, or I'm going to fit it onto this bad boy, because it's not like I'm going to be cutting with them all the time anyway. So I think a super long bar would look really cool on either the 2100 or this thing here. So let me know what you guys think. Like I said, for now I think I'm going to do the 36 or 42. One of these days I'll find a saw that's gonna work with this. I got this bar for almost half of what it costs because of my shop discount. So I bought it just to have it, and I was gonna modify it for whatever I need. But the 36-inch bar was given to me by the same guy that gave me the Homelight 420. So I'm thinking I might use that one because that is a more period correct bar. Excuse me. So, we'll see. If you guys think I should put a 50-inch bar on it or 60-inch bar, let me know. Like I said, I think it would look awesome. I don't think this was meant to pull a bar quite that long, but like I said, it's not like I'm going to be using it all the time. I'm looking for a Homelight 900 series, and if I do find a 900 series Homelight, then I'll definitely have a good reason to get a long bar. So I'm keeping an eye out for one of those, anywhere from a 909 to a 900, 909, 990, 995, or a 923, direct or gear drive. Either one. I'm keeping an eye out for one of those. But I was in the market for a Big Mac, and I hadn't had too much luck with Mcculloch. My 610's running good, but that 850 Pro Mac has just been fighting me to the last bit. So I decided I'd try my luck with an older Mcculloch, and things are already going really well so far. But, alright, well, I'm going to quit babbling again. I'm just talking to you guys with the ear off. It's fun, it's a lot of fun. And I hope you guys are enjoying this. So, well, today is what is today? I don't know what today is. It's Wednesday, and I think it's the 7th. Today's the 7th. No. Yeah, today's the 7th. There you guys go. So I'll figure out what the heck it is anyway, but this video is not going to be on for a couple of weeks. So, but today's the 7th, and I've got another video I'm going to upload before this one, but we'll get that uploaded anyway, and you guys will see that one first. So, alright guys, well that's it. If you guys want to do any research, it is a Mcculloch 1-80. That's the model number, and go look them up. I don't, like I said, off the top of my head, I don't know the year, but I believe it's around 87 cc. It's got a removable head, so this one may have a cart motor in it, and if it does, I might have a little fun with it later on and see about boring it out and hopping it up a little bit, maybe making her a hot rod saw. So that's it for another episode of TJ's Chainsaw Restoration. Hope you guys are having a great week, and I know I am. Always like bringing in new saw projects. So we'll catch you on the next one, guys. See ya.